name is Dan Dennett, and welcome to the 2023 FHIT Hockey Membership Orientation. I want to first off thank you for all taking a little bit of time out of your day to listen into the orientation. It's always an exciting and important part of the program, as it means we're on the cusp of starting our training season. Just to give you a little bit of an overview about what you can expect here today in the orientation. You'll get the opportunity to meet all the coaches and directors of all the 4 campuses. Get to get a little insight and background to who's going to be teaching and mentoring your sons and daughters throughout the training season. We'll talk a little bit about rules and expectations for the strength area, the on-ice area, and the skills area, and help you utilize and take advantage of the program and really maximize how we can help the members grow as players and people. So quite a bit of information, which is important. And as mentioned, I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to here today, because our program is unique. It's all encompassing. It's a one-stop shop, and it was designed to be so. This is not a week-long hockey camp. It's not a daycare. We look to provide expert, professional, and quality level training for your young athletes who, frankly, you have entrusted us to work with and train, and that is something that we do not take lightly. So we want to make sure that your time and resources are maximized, and that you could take full advantage of what we have to offer for each one of every one of you. With that, I will start off with staff introductions with myself. I grew up in Anoka, Minnesota. I played my youth and high school hockey there. Had the opportunity to play in the high school state tournament my senior year. After high school, moved on to play junior hockey in the USHL with the Des Moines Buccaneers. Won a national championship my first year and was runner-up for the national championship my second year. Following juniors, played 4 years of collegiate hockey at Northern Michigan University. Following my college career, moved on to play professionally in the minor leagues here in the United States and over in Asia. I'm proud of what our company has become, and passionate about really helping kids develop and become better people. I've been with the company for 13 years. I'm one of the general managers and also one of the lead instructors. So not only am I on the ice, but I'm helping try to push our company to become better every year, and really have a say in where it goes in the future. So our company would not be what it is or have the success that it has without its most important asset, which is our coaches. Their passion, their knowledge for helping and mold young athletes is what sets us apart. With that said, I'll pass it on to one of those individuals, Dan Daikawa, who is the director of our North Campus. Dan?
All right, my name's Dan Daikawa. I'm the guidance director. Been with the company now 6 years. Played my youth hockey and high school hockey at Rosemount. Played a year in the USHL for the North Iowa Huskies. Played 3 years at Miami University. Left my senior year to go overseas for 11 years pro. Played in 4 world championships. After that, I went back and finished my degree at Miami University. Coached the club hockey team there for 4 years. After that, I became a head coach and general manager for 6 years in the North American Hockey League for 3 different teams. The last 2 years, I've been the player development coach for the Kenai River Brown Bears of the North American Hockey League.
My name is Brett Way. I grew up in Lansing, Michigan. Played my youth and high school hockey there, kind of through different than Minnesota, through kind of the tier 1 AAA leagues out of Detroit. After that, I went to half a season in Toronto, 2 years in what is now the NCDC for the Green Mountain Glades, and then spent my final year of juniors with the Hawkesbury Hawks in the CCHL, where we made it to a national championship. After that, I went to Augsburg University here in Minneapolis. Was named Rookie of the Year and had 2 years as an assistant captain in my junior and senior years. After that, I got right into coaching, coached a tier 3 team, Twin Cities Northern Lights, and then worked at a couple different training companies and before starting here with MAP and FHIT. This is going on my 10th year, and I'm excited to get going.
My name is Brett Stern. I've been working with MAP now for about 5 years part-time. Before that, I played at Centennial all the way up from youth hockey through high school. From there, I went to Green Bay, played with the Gamblers in the USHL for a season and a half. And then I got called into Minnesota State Mankato, where I finished out school all 4 years. And then from there, I went to the Orlando Solar Bears in the ECHL and finished out the season with them. And then in the off season, I signed with Pittsburgh Penguins organization in Wilkes-Barre in the AHL. And I played 2 seasons out there before getting back here, starting with MAP.
Hi there, my name is Nick Blanchette. I am from Aiken, Minnesota. I grew up playing my youth hockey for the CIA Grizzlies, Crosby Ironton Aiken Grizzlies. And then after my first year of Pee-wees, I joined with the Pequot Lakes team, and we then formed the Northern Lakes Lightning. I played for the Lightning through my high school. And after my high school season ended, I had the opportunity to play 3 years in the NA3HL for the Breezy Point North Stars. In my last season, I was fortunate enough to be the captain of that team. After my juniors had ended, I got an opportunity to play in college at Midland University down in Fremont, Nebraska. And after college was over for me, I had an opportunity to coach for the past 3 years in the USPHL for the Minnesota Moose, where we had good success there. And I had a lot of players that I helped advance to the North American Hockey League, or help get them an opportunity to play in college as well. And then after coaching juniors, that led me to signing on with MAP FHIT. Little under a year ago, I started last March, and as we're approaching that, so I'll be coming up on a year soon, but not quite a year, and looking forward for the training to start this season and to get to see all the new faces. So thanks.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tyler Larwood. I'm a lead instructor at the Blaine campus, and I've been with the company for a little under 2 years now. I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, where I played AAA hockey growing up before attending prep school in Pittsburgh for my high school career. I then moved to Minnesota to play juniors for the Breezy Point North Stars in the NA3. After juniors, I would go on to play at Bethel University, and while I was at Bethel, I got my start in coaching at Heartland Hockey Camp for a couple of years before I made the transition to MAP. And I can't wait for the training season to start. See y'all soon.
My name is Elizabeth, or Biz Bauer. I'm the girls director here at MAP, primarily at our Blaine campus. I've been here for about a year and a half now. Originally, I grew up in Wausau, Wisconsin. I played my youth through my high school hockey there, then went on to play 4 years at UW Eau Claire, and I was All-American my senior year there. Then I played a year of pro hockey with the PWHPA, did some coaching with Chippewa Falls Girls High School, and then Tier 1 AAA as well for U16 girls. Looking forward to getting started and seeing some familiar faces and meeting some new ones as well.
My name is John Buzzacchini. I grew up playing youth hockey and my high school hockey in Hibbing, and then played 2 years of Division I hockey at the U.S. Air Force Academy, and then finished up at St. John's, where I was a 2-time leading scorer and was a captain my senior year. Got into coaching right away after that, and spent 17 years coaching boys high school hockey at Irondale, Totino Grace, and Hopkins. Jumped to the college ranks as an assistant on the men's side at Hamlin, and then spent 14 years as the head women's coach at St. Olaf. Back over to the men's side in college at St. Thomas, a couple of years as an assistant. And so I've coached at all levels. I'll be a lead instructor at the Blaine campus. Look forward to it. This is my first year, so can't wait to get started.
My name is Randy Murphy. I'm the one of the lead instructors at MAP FHIT Hockey. I also oversee St. Michael Albertville campus, and been with the company for just about a year and a half now. Prior to that, I served as a director of hockey in Colorado for 7 years. I grew up in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where I played all my youth hockey. Also played junior hockey on the Ontario Provincial Junior Hockey League prior to moving on to playing NCAA collegiate hockey in upstate New York at Elmira College. And from there, went on and played 12 years professionally, including stops in the American Hockey League, Europe, and the Central Hockey League. Also coached professionally for 6 years before getting into the youth hockey profession, and ended up here with MAP and FHIT Hockey, and very happy I landed here, and really enjoying my time here, and really excited to have the opportunity to work with your son or daughter as we continue to develop hockey players here in Minnesota. So real excited to get started, and we look forward to meeting you in person. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Colton Jones. I grew up playing hockey in Monticello, Minnesota. Played my youth hockey with the Moose all the way through high school. After following my high school career, I went and played junior hockey with the Lacrosse Freeze and Little Falls Flying Aces for a season, and then went to the USPHL and played with Ileana Blackbirds. Following my junior career, I went and played college hockey at Midland University at the ACHA D1 level. And I've been with the company here for about 6 months, and I'm a lead instructor at the STMA location.
My name is Garrett Krinke. I am the director of the campus. I've been with the company for 18 years, since 2005. I'm originally from the Plymouth area. I played my association with the Armstrong Falcons, and then played my high school with the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights for 4 years. After that, I played 2 years in the North American Hockey League and juniors. From there, transitioned, played 4 years collegiately at the University of St. Thomas. I was a captain my senior year. Then from there, transitioned into playing 6 years professionally in the CHL, East Coast Hockey League. After that, in 2014, I transitioned into full-time coaching with MAP and FHIT Hockey. Along with that, for 7 years, I was assistant coach with the University of St. Thomas, worked primarily with the defensemen, and also did some video work for them as well. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to work with all our members again this year. The other cool thing I just want to mention is we have a lot of cool full-time guys with a lot of experience that are on this. The other thing that we have that will be really exciting for our members is we have a lot of part-time guys that come in, guys that are currently playing some pro, guys that are playing college and junior hockey. So your athletes will have an opportunity to work with some of those guys as well.
Hello, everybody. My name is Matt Leitner. I'm primarily out of the Plymouth location. I'm one of the director of operations there. Grew up in Southern California before I moved away to pursue hockey and play juniors in the USHL for 3 seasons. 2 of those were with Fargo Force. Made it to 2 straight Clark Cup finals before heading off to college. Got a scholarship to play Division I hockey at Minnesota State Mankato. Played there for 4 seasons. Hold the record for all-time assists at Minnesota State, and also was a first-team All-American my senior season. After college, went on to play professionally 3 years in the East Coast Hockey League and the American Hockey League, kind of back and forth. After that, jumped right into coaching. Moved back, got my master's degree from Minnesota State. Started working for MAP. This is on my 4th year with the company. I'm looking forward to seeing our members progress even further and working with everyone this year.
My name is Carter Foguth, lead instructor at Plymouth location. Been with the company right around a year now. I'm originally from Fenton, Michigan. I played AAA hockey there until I was about 16. Played for CompuWare growing up. Played 1 year in the North American Hockey League, 3 years in the USHL, and then played college hockey at Minnesota State Mankato. And then most recently just coached 3 years in the North American League as the head coach and GM of Chippewa Steel there. So look forward to meeting everybody here this summer and getting back to work.
Hi, everyone. Brad Thompson here. I am the director of the Hudson location. I've been with the company for going on 12 years now. I grew up in St. Louis Park, played my youth and high school hockey there, played a couple years in the USHL with Twin City Vulcans and Tri-City Storm, 4 years at Minnesota State Mankato, and then I played 5 years in the minors, kind of all over in the US. Yeah, really looking forward to getting started and getting everything going. Yeah, hope to see you guys soon.
Hey guys, my name is Chase Knutson and I'm a lead instructor here at MAP and FHIT Hockey. I've been with the program for just under a year, working mostly in the Hudson campus. I will be moving over to the Blaine campus for this membership season. I'm originally from Mayville, North Dakota. That's where I spent all my time playing youth and high school hockey. After high school, I went on to play college baseball at Mayville State University. I played there for 3 years before transferring to University of North Dakota. Ever since I got into college, I've been coaching hockey and baseball. In hockey, I've spent time coaching peewees, bantams, and high school hockey. I'm really excited to get started this year and can't wait to meet all you guys, and let's have a good year.
Everybody, this is Chris Howell, lead instructor over at the Hudson location. I grew up playing my youth hockey mostly in St. Cloud, Minnesota. That's where I played my high school at St. Cloud Apollo, and then I went on to St. John's to play there as well. When I finished playing at St. John's, I started right away coaching at St. John's, and I spent 5 years at St. John's coaching as an assistant, and then I moved to Concordia Moorhead for the last 15 years before joining here. Really excited to get going. We had a great year last year and looking forward to another great one this year.
My name is Dan Dykow. I'm the guidance director for MAP and FHIT Hockey. And I want to talk to you just about the prospect exchange. TP is the video analytics company that we use to go through games. Obviously, it breaks down a ton of analytics for you. It has, shots on net, turnovers, recoveries. It's got multiple pages. If you're a centerman, face-off percentage. I just want everybody to understand, like, there's a great opportunity for you to improve your game. Obviously, not only the on-ice portion of it, but obviously the IQ part of learning the game itself. Every player in the program, the Bantams and above, will have 2 games in their account already. So you need to make sure that you log into the Prospect Exchange account and look at your games. There's also an opportunity for you to sit down with a coach and go through your shifts individually that I think can really help your game. Obviously, the season's over, you're starting to train, but now we can go back and look at the things that you really struggled on, and we can focus and have our attention in the summers to work on little things. Like, it might be that you're not getting to the right scoring chances, and so we design a drill and you're still not continuing to do it. We can say, hey, that's what we saw in the video. Those are the spots that you have to go. If you're a defenseman, we might be working on a retrieval drill where you go and have to pick up the puck. Well, if you struggle to break the puck out as a defenseman, it might be because you're not going to retrieve it properly, and that's something that we can really focus on in the summer. So again, it's the Prospect Exchange, great tool to continue to help you build your game, not only in the summer training, but also train your brain to really fully understand what we're working on and how it can help you in the future. All right, I'm going to talk about utilizing the program here. Some things that are very important is that everybody's been selected to be in our program. So we've either watched you play and coaches feel that you're the right person for our program. And the second thing is that everybody's there to get better, right? Everyone's here to work on the things that they need to work on, good and bad. So obviously you want to continue to develop as a player. We are an individually based program. So even though there's 24 players on the ice, our focus is on you individually. And so I think that it's very important that you understand it's not who you're on the ice with, it's about what you do, why you're on the ice. So make sure that you focus on yourself, and work on the little things, the details that you need to work on to make your game better. Another thing is the program's a long program. And so we don't expect you to come every single day. You know, if it's a 2-week hockey school, you need to be there every day to learn. But for us, it's built in the 8-month program that you're going to miss times. You're going to go on vacation. You might go on a fishing trip throughout the summer or in the summer. So our program is built and designed for you to not come every day. And with that being said, one thing to focus on is that if you're in MAP, it's a 4-day, 8-month, 4-day, or sorry, 5-day program. And if you're in FHIT, you know, it's a 8-month, 4-day a week program. And we want to make sure that you guys understand, like, it's not a come every single day. With that being said, we want you to, when you do come, we want you to make sure that you're there working at 100%. Say you have a hockey tournament in the summer, you played 5 games on the weekend, and you come Monday and skate, and you're only going through the motions. Well, for one thing, you're not helping us, you're not helping the group. And so let's make sure that when you do come, let's make sure that we're there and we are working at 100%. 100% for 3 days is way better than 70% or 60% for 5 days. So it is designed as a membership program so that you're not there every single day. You know, on that given day that you might have a tournament, the best thing might be to do is come and just do some skill work, and then maybe and then get a workout in, and not have, you know, to be at 50 or 60% on the skate. So that's a big part of it.
Thanks, Dan. To continue off of what Dan was talking about, you're all here because you have talent. Some of you have a little more talent than others, but you're all here because we see that you have some talent in the future. Next thing we have to get is the hard work, because the talent means nothing if you're not here to work hard. I've been doing this for 12 years and have seen kids that have talent that don't work hard, and you see them later when they're done with college and they regret not working hard. They know that they messed up, and it's tough. So having that work ethic every day, coming in, working as hard as you can for the time that you're here, is going to pay off. If you look at the NHL guys, they're there because they are willing to work harder than almost everybody else. So when you're here, be here to work, be here to give it your all every day, maximum effort, not just coming to give it a half effort and say, oh, well, I can come back tomorrow. As you heard from our introductions, is we all came from different places, different backgrounds, had a different journey to get to where we wanted to get in hockey and life. And you know, that journey's your own. It's, you know, all of them are individual and unique, and you know, not everybody had the easiest path. Not everybody had the same path. We had Division I guys, Division III guys that didn't play any pro hockey, guys that did, guys, you know, that came from Michigan, California. Your path is your own. So stick to your path, continue to work on your journey, and, you know, get out of it what you want. But it's your journey. It's not your buddy's journey. It's not, you know, the guy in a different tier's journey. It's your journey. So worry about what you've got to do to get to where you want to go. This is a training program. More specifically, it's a teaching program. We are here to help you, to teach you, not to scream at you. We don't want to sit there and spend our days yelling and screaming at you, all the kids, and making it not fun. We want to teach. So that means you guys have to be there to learn and not just to go through the motions. We're gonna get you a lot of reps. You're gonna get a lot of shots, whatever we're working on, whether it's stride work, you're gonna get to do it a lot and get better at it. And that's the way to do it. You can't just go through it 1 time or 2 times and be like, oh, okay, we're good. No, we're gonna have a lot of reps to get better at the skills. And then once we're better at the skills, we're gonna try to take them and put them into game situations, small area games, things that will help you understand, all right, this is how I use this in a game, or this isn't how I use this in a game. That's, part of the learning is trying things and seeing, all right, will this work here? Will this work there? And if it doesn't, what do we need to do differently? And so trying to take those skills that we worked a whole bunch on, put all those reps in and bring those into a game, and how to use it there is a big thing of, how we're going to do this. And it's why we're working on it, to bring you these skills, not just to say, oh, hey, you've got a bunch of skills, but you don't know how to use them. And now you have a bunch of skills, and now you know how to use them in a game situation in certain areas, and to get out of certain areas. Along with all of that, for the parents, feedback. We have kind of based our program on giving as much feedback as possible. And it's, every session on ice or off ice now, we're going to give one kid per coach feedback, just to kind of say, hey, this is what we were doing. This is what you could have done better. This is what you were really good at. But giving you that feedback so the parents can see it, so you can see it and say, hey, this is the coach noticed that I did this really well today, or the coach noticed, hey, I'm struggling with this. I need to ask more questions about it. So that's going to be there. We're going to do it bigger and better this year. We're going to, I'm sure if you were in the program last year, you got plenty of feedback. Hopefully you get plenty more feedback, whether it's from off-ice workouts, whether it's from off-ice skills, whether it's from on-ice stuff, whether it's game day. You're going to get plenty of feedback to kind of keep track of your progress, and to let the parents know, hey, this is what we're working on. This is what he needs to work on. But it's going to be there for you to look at and work on. I think that's all that I have. I'm going to pass it on to Garrett.
All right, thanks, Brad. So I just want to talk about a few different aspects. The first thing being tiering and how we set that up. The second thing will be respect. And then last thing is just social media. To start off with tiering, I just want to give you a little aspect of how things work and why we set things up the way we do. Also on preface is each location is going to be a little bit different. So things I mentioned here might vary from location to location, but we like to set our stuff up based on tiering. Now, just depends on where you're at in your skill level. So let's say first year, first and second year squirts are going to be in our tier 4 program. Tier 3 tends to be first year Pee Wee. Tier 2 usually be a second year Pee Wee, and then tier 1 is primarily first year BAMs. From there, things can change a little bit. Each location, like I said, is a little bit different. High school tier, it might be, high school tier could be second year Bantam, could be JV, could be even varsity. College tier for certain places also could be top varsity type players. But along with that, guys that are seniors, getting ready to go play in juniors. And then beyond that, our prep and pro are guys that are juniors / guys that are currently playing pro. But we go out and we watch games for a reason. And that's something that we take a lot of pride in. So within myself and everybody else, we watch at least probably hundreds, if not thousands of hours of hockey throughout this off season. So we try to put kids in the best situations where we think they're going to succeed. And I just want to give you 2 examples because I think it makes a big difference on why we do things a certain way. This was a few years back, but we had a kid that was a first year Pee Wee, and usually we don't do it for the younger kids, but he was pretty dominant as a first year Pee Wee, so we ended up pushing it into that second year Pee Wee realm, that tier 2 group, and I thought he did pretty well. He went back, had a very good year, but then the next year he was assigned to play Pee Wees again. Now we had a decision where we could have possibly moved him up to the tier 1 group, but we thought just because of the maturity and that he needed to gain a little bit more strength. Plus, we don't think it's an issue trying to score more goals. I think it's something that actually can benefit kids. So we end up keeping him there. The family just went with it, didn't really ask too many questions. And next year did tier 1, did well, moved him up to high school. And then after that, he ended up moving up to our college tier. The kid's now playing at the US program and doing pretty well for himself. I could see him being drafted here at some point, but there's a reason why we do certain things, and he believed in the process. The other thing I would just say is, like, there's times where, you know, we might put a kid into our, you know, our high school tier and he possibly could be in the college tier, but, you know, put him in the college tier, maybe he's just there. Maybe he's sort of touching the puck, but high school tier, he's getting a lot of confidence, putting the puck at the back of the net, controlling the play, and he does really well. I've had a lot of cases where we've done that, and that next year I think it benefited him more, and he's putting up more points. And now I think he might end up being able to play after for college hockey, hopefully juniors and college and beyond that. On that regard, if you feel that you don't belong in a certain area, we're going to run this like a junior team, meaning, or even a high school. Most high schools run it like this, I would say. I don't want the parents coming and asking us, saying, hey, my kid needs to belong here. All right. It needs to be the kid coming to us and asking, you know, coach, what do you see? Like, I'd like to try to be in this tier. I think I belong here. And then a coach can have a conversation with them and say, hey, I think this is what you do well. I think this is areas we need to continue to work on. If you do that, then after that, I don't mind having a conversation with a parent, but I think the way things are set up, this is only going to benefit your kid moving on, because I guarantee you can't call the college coach and ask them, why is my kid not playing first line? And if you are doing that, you're probably not going to be there much longer, and the coach isn't going to love it. So we do these things for a reason. I think it's good experience to be able to come to us and try to express on how you feel. And the other thing I'll say is, if we do make the move, it needs to be that you're doing it for a consistent time period. It's not you did it for one day, I was really good, and the next day you're not good. Because the kid that's watching this is going to be like, well, why the heck did this get moved up? All right. He didn't do this. He did it for one day, and then he thinks that he's honored, and it's supposed to be that way. And the kids, I've made a mistake where we did that before, and I watched in college, they made it to college, but they're out of hockey pretty quick. So please believe that there is a system and there's a reason why we do certain things. The second thing I mentioned, I wanted to talk about respect. And I think there's 3 different realms on this. Obviously, there's a respect of our facility. And that means all different things. Like, we do skill classes. If you're the last skills class and we're shooting pucks, please make sure you're picking up your pucks. All right. You know, if we're playing games, you know, hang up your jerseys. Those little details go a long way. You know, I notice the kids that do those type of things, the guys that come early, the guys that stay late, the guys that just try to leave, think they're too cool. You know, I have an issue with that. Usually the guys that I think are some of the best leaders are the guys that do those little details. You know, they pick up the pucks and they help out, and they think that, you know, they're not better than everybody else. I think that stuff goes along different ways. You know, obviously, you know, respecting the facility goes for just the, you know, also our locker rooms. You know, the rink staff's there. Don't throw tape balls and just leave them in the corner or your trash. Like, put them in the garbage can. Like, all those people have to come up and clean those stuff later on. If you can make their job a little bit easier, why not? You know, they're not there to pay, just to pick up all your stuff. All right. The other level of respect is just, you know, our staff. You know, for us, you know, for me, one thing I think is pretty cool is, you know, kids that come and say thank you. I've had it before where a kid will come and say thank you after a session, and, you know, after that we end up actually having a conversation about things that, you know, either just about their life, or maybe even it's more about, you know, I might talk to them even more about things I saw on the ice I think that they can improve on, you know. So there's a little feedback, you might even get more of that. The other thing is there's going to be some Gatorade, you know, that type of stuff. If you're getting that from our admin or myself, please and thank yous. If you don't do that, we're probably not going to give you the Gatorade. Along with that, and this part goes back to our facility aspect, if you get the Gatorade, you're done with it, throw in the trash. You know, I back checks in there, and we don't want them to have to see that as our clientele's coming in. So please take care of that. The please thank yous. If the rink staff asks you to do something, you're respectful and you take care of that with no questions asked. Last thing with that, I just want to talk about, and this goes respect, and this is respect for all your peers and all the members that we have. That being said, you know, everybody's coming from a different walk of life. You know, they might have great at-home situations. Everything might not be as pretty for other people, and you just don't know what people are going through. So, you know, be respectful. Like, don't be mean to anybody else. Everybody's trying to get better. Like there might be a kid that might have a tough day and he's not doing so well. Like you don't need to pick on him saying that he's, doing this wrong or that. Like everybody's there for a reason. Obviously each tier, no matter what, there's gonna be a top or bottom. And if you're in the program, I guarantee you're pretty lucky, because I know there's a lot of different age groups that we had to say no for kids coming in. So, they're here for a reason. It wasn't like, hey, we just accepted a kid to come in. It was, we accepted them because we think that they belong to be here and we think we can help them develop as a person and that kind of thing. So take care of your own teammate. Now that goes in line with just the bullying aspect of things. We have a set standard for how we do things. Obviously kids are young and they think they might say something that might be cool, but in return it's actually bullying. What will happen at that? We'll have a conversation with a kid. We will reach out to a parent either through a phone call or email, which will end up being a phone call. If it happens again, there might be some kind of suspension. If it's something that continually happens and they can't figure it out, we may ask you to leave. We rarely haven't had to do that, but this last year we actually had one guy that we tried to give him the benefit of the doubt after a year and a half or two. And this year we'd asked him not to come back just because we thought it was taking down that tier and it wasn't helping them develop just because they were screwing around a decent amount. So we're all for helping the kids to get, grow as human beings and that kind of thing. And obviously we understand kids make mistakes, but if it's something consistent, we do have a course of action that we'll take if we need to. The last thing, and I'll try to keep this a little bit shorter, but especially this day and age with the digital side of things, social media, be careful what you're posting, what you're saying. And the reason why, there's a few different things. If you want to play college hockey, they're looking at all that type of stuff. And if you're commenting hate stuff on people's TikToks, or you're putting out these pictures that shouldn't be going out there, there could be an issue down the line, because Division I athletes or the Division I coaches want to bring people that are good for their culture. So they're not going to pick out guys that they don't think are going to be good people that are posting things that are suspect. Like usually they know who are the top guys, and next thing they're trying to do is what they do away from the rink, how they react with people. And I think social media goes on that aspect. Last thing with that is just TikTok is, there's the aspect of this one thing I see a lot, especially with the younger groups, but just commenting hate stuff on people's stuff. Please don't do that. That stuff goes, makes a big difference, and it can have a bad esteem on other people. That's basically all I have, but I really appreciate everybody taking the time to come and sit here through this. But I'm very passionate about hockey, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to work with your kids, and I look forward to seeing them here pretty soon. And I thank you very much.